Welcome to Wedding Wednesday. My name is Roxanne Wilson, and this is part of the Rocks Talks podcast. Every Wednesday, we talk weddings, giving you tips, tricks, and insight that will help you through your wedding process. This week, we're continuing our conversation with co-owner of Eclipse Event Co., Lauren Chumbley. If you missed any of the previous episodes of Rocks Talks Wedding Wednesday, you can simply go to wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can also go to roxannewilson.com and click on podcasts. All right, let's get going.
Question for you. When it comes to the bride, what is your best advice? There could be a few tips as well for her on her wedding day.
Well, hopefully you've already hired a wedding planner, so you shouldn't be stressed in that regard. From a wedding planner perspective, there shouldn't be anything you would do on that day as the bride other than show up and be with your family and friends and float through the day. Get a lot of pictures, hire a videographer if you can. It's going to be the fastest day of your life. It's just going to fly by and you're like, oh my God, it's done. I've been planning for a year and a half and that was the fastest thing ever. So really soak it up. Don't overthink things. I had one client who was saying that if this ceremony doesn't start at 6:00, I'm going to be so mad. And I'm like, why would you live your life like that? And she, take it or leave it with the advice. But I told her, I said, if you are looking at your watch on your wedding day and expecting things, if you already know you're going to jump to being mad, you're not going to enjoy your day. Mm-hmm. That client was my sister, so I could have talked to her that way. I'm like debating whether or not.
I was going to say, wow, you got real close with her.
I don't want people to think I'm super sassy with everyone, I would word it differently, but I would absolutely say the same thing. And I did say the same thing to a client when I was hired out by the caterer, so I didn't really know them that well. I didn't have the same kind of relationship I would with like a normal, this was 12 years ago. This is way before Eclipse. And I think it was the day of the wedding. And the groom was like, oh, good, I'm glad you're here, because if so-and-so sees one thing out of place, she's going to be pissed. And I'm like, why would you look at your wedding that way? Why would you already know that you're going to be mad? And that is how I worded it to them. I was like, you're not going to enjoy your day if that's your mindset. And that's all I said. And the caterer came up to me later and he's like, I'm really glad that he's really glad I handled it that way, because what am I going to say? Like, oh, okay. Like that just encourages that mentality, which is not acceptable. Yeah. It's not acceptable for you to treat the people who are there to do their job that way. And it's not acceptable for me to think that, to set the expectation that they could potentially be flying off the handle upset.
Yeah. Because then you're on pins and needles trying to do your job. And you have anywhere from 50 to 300 guests. You think you can control them all? Are you like you can't control the situation? You just have to enjoy the situation. And
you
trust
have to.
Trust that the planner has it.
Yeah, and I had, I tried to be really laid back with mine and with my personal wedding, and I saw my friend do a centerpiece one time that was like all these beer bottle caps, and then it had floral on top, and I was like, I want that. Who knew that required, we had a party at our house. It was a bottle cap party. And I was collecting at every bar I went to. It took me months and months and months to get all these bottle caps. And on the day of the wedding, my florist called me. And she's like, I know it was your vision, but some of these are so dirty that the water has like floating pieces of ick in it that it just doesn't look right. And I was like, okay, then it's done. That's fine.
Let it go. Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Why would I like lose sleep over that? Like, I'm getting married. You're getting married, people. You're getting married. It's the best day ever. Like, have fun. Don't overthink it.
Definitely.
That's all the time we have this week, but be sure to check back next Wednesday when we continue our conversation with Lauren and get you some great advice from two wedding planners on all things weddings. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on Wedding Wednesday, please email me at roxanne@roxannewilson.com. Also, please subscribe to Rocks Talks at iTunes, Stitcher, or Spotify, or wherever you listen to the podcast. We so appreciate you commenting as well. All of that, rating it, helps so much. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye.